We've gone through the entire story, part 1 and part 2 of The Storyteller, written by H. Munro. And now we will move to the English warming up and the workshop exercises to see how well you've understood the lesson. Beginning with the warming up exercises, match the type of story in column A with its description in column B. Now I've already matched it. Let us go through the story types one by one. An anecdote is a short, amusing account of an incident, something that has happened, something little funny. A fable is a moral bearing story with animal characters, something which tells you what is right at the end of the story. A parable has a religious base with a message or a moral. A myth, something that was there in ancient times and no one knows who has written it. A legend has a historical base. The characters may not be true. Now, fairy tale having supernatural characters, and there is a moral for children, like you have fairies, imps, elves, etc. A tragic tale is a serious story which ends in some kind of a loss or tragedy. Fiction is something that is untrue, but it seems very real. Now, a farce is an exaggerated comedy, like when you do comedy, but too much of comedy, that's a farce. And satire, where vices and folly are ridiculed. Vices are bad qualities or bad habits. The next question. Complete the following story using the verbs in the brackets in their proper form. So you have a passage titled Footprint. So you have to put all these verbs in brackets in their proper tense. Okay. One night a man had a dream. He dreamt that he was walking along the beach with God. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene he noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to him and the other to God. After the last scene had flashed, he looked back at the footprints in the sand. He observed that many times along the path of his life there were only one set of footprints, and that it happened at the saddest, most troubled times of his life. He questioned God about it. God, you said that once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. So I don't understand why you left me alone when I needed you most. God replied, during your times of trials and sufferings, where you saw only one set of footprints, they were mine. For it was then that I carried you in my arms. You put all the verbs in proper tense, but if you observe the verb be, and there is be right at the end. Now, when you change the verb be, you can change it to is, are, was, and were. Okay. Beginning with the English workshop. Question 1. From the story, that is both the parts, find 4 words that begin with the prefix un or un and write their opposites. So we have words like unenterprising within the story, the opposite being enterprising, unable, unhappy, unsympathetic. So if you see here, prefix, the prefix un is used to make opposites. Find one example of the following punctuation marks from the story and copy the sentence in which they are used. So in one sentence where a colon is used, another sentence where a semicolon is used. Bertha was terribly frightened and thought to herself, colon, if I had not been so extraordinarily good, I should have been safe in the town at the moment. So colon can also be used before quotation. Semicolon, there was a murmur of approval at the excellence of the prince's decision. So many people would have decided the other way. So when you want to change the topic a little bit, within the sentence, you use a semicolon. The next question, you have to read each piece in your textbook carefully. Each piece from the story and then try to give it a title. Now, in the beginning of the story, it was a hot afternoon, and right up to, you have to read right up to the part, said the aunt weakly. And when you read this, you begin to understand that the children start pestering or troubling their aunt. So that was used as a title. Next, you will read the passage from the smaller girl created a diversion and likely to lose his bet. And from there, you try to understand what is the main topic they are talking about. Now, I have felt that this could be the title, The Repetitive Girl, or The Girl Who Kept on Repeating, something like that. So and so on and so forth. As you go on reading, you might find this may be the title, Story Time with My Aunt. Okay, Goody Goody Bertha. Then here, The Outing at the Park, and A Punishment. Now this is just a guideline for you to select some titles. Use your imagination and your creativity and try to find titles by yourself. Now write your opinion in your own words. Why do you think the children disliked their aunt's story? The aunt's story lacked adventure and details of the characters. It was a story of monotonous, very boring goodness that the children had been hearing a lot. Hence, they disliked their aunt's story. Why did they appreciate and praise the stranger's story? Unlike their aunt's story, the stranger's story had novelty. There was a newness, something new in the stranger's story. It had detailed descriptions like, what was in the park, what was the girl's name, what she was wearing, all these descriptions, and it had mainly a surprise ending, which the children found fascinating. Hence, they appreciated, they liked and praised the stranger's story. Do you think Bertha should have met with such a gory end to her life? Justify your answer. Now, do you think that Bertha should have should her life had ended like that? Such a gory end means such a, violent, bad end to her life. So, no. I don't think that she should have had such a ending to her life, because Bertha never harmed anyone in her life. She had only been good and obedient. So in my opinion, she deserved a better ending. So when they ask you a question, do you think, they're asking your opinion. So you can use words like in my opinion. Okay. And do you think she should have met with the ending? Yes or no. And then give your justification. The next question. What did the aunt fail to realize in Bertha's story? Now, Bertha's story can be got in the Storyteller Part 1 and Part 2, two videos which I have already posted previously. Now, the aunt failed to realize that even though Bertha's story was improper, it had managed to keep the children occupied and quiet for more than 10 minutes. Next one, what is that one vice which nullifies all virtues that a person has? Now, a vice is a bad habit like drinking, smoking, gambling. If a person is doing it regularly, it is called a vice. Okay, and a virtue is the opposite of vice. A virtue is a good quality. So the question is, what is that one vice, one bad quality which completely zeros all other virtues that a person has? A person may be very good, but if he has that one vice or bad quality, he is he is considered as bad. Okay, so corresponding to the story, according to this story, again you can get the explanation of the story in the video Storyteller Part 1 and Part 2, which have already been posted. So according to that story, the one vice that nullifies a person's virtue is overindulgence. Looking after oneself, thinking about oneself all the time. Now, if the Bertha had not stayed so long at the park, she would not have met with such a bad ending. Now, she got a chance to go to the park. She should have gone and come back, but she was standing there, moving up and down and thinking how good she was, and therefore she had got this chance of going into the park. And therefore she met with a bad ending. Write 2 to 3 proverbs or axioms. Proverbs are sayings, truths, axioms are facts that suit the message in Bertha's story. So, all good things must come to an end. And the next one is, it is choice, not chance, that determines your destiny. Now, write 3 to 5 sentences, each about the following characters. These are the characters in the story. The aunt. Okay. She is a gentlewoman who cares for children. She has good values, but she is a little old-fashioned. She is a terrible storyteller and is not able to keep the children occupied. Whereas the bachelor seems intolerant of children. He has excellent storytelling skills. He lacks moral values as he told an improper story only to keep the children quiet. Cyril the boy seems very curious about things. He is restless and wants quick answers to his question. He isn't easily satisfied and keeps questioning till he gets a satisfactory answer. And Bertha was a well-behaved child. She was truthful, kept herself clean, learned her lessons. She won 3 medals for goodness, obedience, and punctuality. Now you can write this in your own words, but remember, you don't write about the physical characteristics, how the boy looked or how the Bertha looked, but what is the characteristics they have within their personality. Now say whether you agree or disagree. The children would have behaved well in the train if their aunt had scolded them harshly, very badly if she had scolded them. Agree. The youngest child was the most irritating. Disagree. Being a bachelor, the stranger had no patience with children. Agree. The children showed disinterest even in the bachelor's storytelling throughout. Disagree. Bertha was very good but very proud too. Disagree. The prince had a rare, uncommon likes and dislikes. Agree. The wolf could not trace Bertha because she was behind a myrtle bush. Agree. The bachelor had narrated an improper story to the children. Agree. Question 9. The Open Window by H. H. Munro, alias Saki, has to be read by you. Okay. Another very interesting story. So this is the book. The book looks like this, and this is the first page of the book. My aunt will be down soon, said the 15-year-old girl. While you wait, you must put up with me. So a girl is talking to someone. Very simple stories. And if you get this book, kindly read it.